What's up, YouTube? Today we're gonna be watching Dandadan episode 5 through 6. So let's get into it.
So we pick up this episode with Granny Seiko, Momo, and Okarun trying to do an exorcism on Evil Eye in Taro's body, it seems. But when they check, Buddy is still in there, so they shut Taro's face back on like they just slammed the door in his face. That's low-key disrespectful, bro. Mid-sentence, and you're just forced to shut up. And bro can't even do none. He just gotta take it like a good boy. All that Renegon power bullshit, all that football blue lock ad bullshit, and he can't do nothing. They started back up, and this time Taro's body starts tweaking out like he hit in the Louisiana Jigger song. And they check again, and he's still there. And you can just tell bro is just getting pissed at this point. Shit, I can't even blame him. They had a whole fire on next to him. When it's mad hot and someone pulls some foolishness on me, I drop them before my patience meter drops from 10 to 1, bro. Look at these eats, bro. Why and how is this shit so detailed? Shit looks better than the second season of Blue Lock altogether. But deadass though, this shit made me mad hungry, bro. Hold up. My bad, I just had to get some Shanghai real quick. I was mad hungry. So we see the gang feasting. I don't know why Mantis Shrimp really playing with his food like that. Ira is complaining about not being called over with the whole Evil Eye thing, acting like she was gonna be of any help. Shorty just got her powers, but Momo was still telling her how to use them. I mean, it's low-key no different from Okarun, but the point is that she don't know who she raising her voice at. Eating Momo's food in Momo's own damn house. Like, this shit is pissing me off, bro. Shut that damn lip, Sakura. She then starts taking shots at Mantis Shrimp about coming back to Earth, but he explains that since his planet is filled with a watery substance that sends oxygen right to their lungs, it's hard to milk the cow, and Chiquita can't survive without drinking milk. So they just decided to live on Earth altogether. Okarun is just geeking out, and honestly, there's just so much shit going on, but we focus on Seiko and Manjiro's conversation about holding a Hayashi performance, but for now, Gigi has to stay in Taro's body for a bit. The problem with the exorcism though is that since Gigi got mad spiritual energy, they're unsure if they can actually separate him from Evil Eye, and if so, it might leave Gigi with some long-term side effects. So Taro starts to dig into the food, and the food was mad hot, but we hear Gigi's voice and bro is just lost and confused, and rightfully so, cause bro is literally in another nigga. Hey, yo! But Granny Seiko still got her guard up, being that evil spirits can mimic voices to trick others. So everyone's teed up right now, and as she tells Taro to open his face, and notice how Ira ain't even in this frame, bro would have done jack shit in the last arc, I'm telling you. But as he opens up his face, we see Gigi making this dumbass face, bro. Bro is not serious. But that's when Seiko realizes that by splashing water at Gigi, being that when it's cold water, he transforms into Evil Eye, and when it's hot, it reverts him back. Seiko then apologizes to Gigi, Momo, and Okarun, being that if she'd known Evil Eye was gonna be there, she would have pulled up off rip. TG asking if they think that they can keep Evil Eye in check, being that he was originally a mountain spirit and they're just basically looked at as gods among spirits, and as of right now Evil Eye is just an infant and he'll only grow stronger, which is low-key crazy to think about because basically as a newborn Evil Eye was solo squatting these niggas, but Seiko says that they'll have him on heavy surveillance and for him not to leave Kamiko City. She then gives everyone a thermos with hot water, being that Taro's barrier won't last long with the spirit of Evil Eye's caliber, and Seiko gives Gigi the heads up that even the slightest bit of cold water can make him transform. So basically, if he drinks cold water on a sunny hot day, he's fucked. If he gets into the shower before it warms up, he's fucked. If a drop of rain lands on him while he's outside watching a football game, he's fucked. I mean, he'll be doing keep-ups, but still he's fucked. We then find out that Mantis Shrimp is actually a live-in worker at a dairy farm nearby, so it's pretty much a win-win for him and the dairy farm. Oh, and I kid you not, His name is Peeny Weenie. You can't tell me that the mangaka for Dandadan doesn't have the time of his life when writing this shit out, bro. Like, how are you going to name a character Peeny Weenie, publish the chapter for all to see, and go on making the rest of the manga? Like, nigga, what? So the gang is in the car and they're going to the hospital for Gigi to see his parents, and they're strapped up with the hot water. Yeah, they definitely not lacking. Their pinkies touch and Okarun's a little shy and embarrassed, but Momo decides to make the first move, telling Okarun to put his hand back on the seat. They start to enter a tunnel with their hands touching, being all cute and shit, but Gigi's ass had to ruin it by complaining about how Taro won't listen to him. Buddy, that ain't her problem. What do you want her to do about... This nigga really couldn't let his homeboy cook for 2 seconds. What's frying me though was the fact that Seiko was eyeing that spot like crazy ever since, bro. Like, chill, Granny Seiko, you good. Okarun ain't gonna do her no wrong. Gigi hugs his parents and he starts bawling his eyes out, but I'm glad to see that they're all good and well. We then see that they're talking about the volcano on the news, and the Kito family has finally been arrested. Finally! Really thought that they could mess with my homegirl Momo and get away with it. But Auntie is still on the run, and they really searching for her like she got the 5 stars to her name. Where the fuck is that chopper at though? We just see her tweaking out, being that she really built that worm brick by brick for 200 plus years. God damn, Auntie, yo ass is old. But she curses out Momo, saying that she ain't getting away with this, you know, shifting the blame to her per usual. And turns out she ain't even human. Who would have fucking guessed? Stating that Momo has turned all of the subterraneans into her enemy. There was always some odd about her Itoshi ass eyelashes, but I just couldn't prove it. I felt like that one nigga from Dexter for real. We then see Momo catching Okarun walking to school, and so they end up walking together. And as they're chopping it up, talking about the evil eye situation at home, Momo's friends come in. And I like Miko, cause she's chill and all that, but this Gairu gotta chill, bro, cause why did she think that grabbing Okarun like that was the best course of action? Loki blocked your homegirl from releasing the shot, but they all just ended up walking to school together. Ira looks at her classmates and she isn't getting glazed no more. Thank the Lord, cause what was the hype for real? But Momo and Okarun come in to take her on for a little walk. She acting all cute in front of everyone in the building, but dropped that act real quick when it was just them 3. She starts spazzing at Momo for no reason. But that's when we see that Momo wanted to ask them if they wanted to sleep over at her crib, cause she may got that high IQ, but she can't stop Evil Eye alone if that shit happens. She also wants to lighten the burden off of Seiko and Manjiro, cause they're taking shifts watching Gigi while she's at school. And of course, Okarun ain't no fool. He got the hunger. It was just the latent ability kicking in, so he's on board with it. Oh, and Ira too, I guess. As you can tell, I do not rock with Ira. She be having her little moment, and I do say moment because it's still at 1, but until I see more, she is just mad annoying to me. We then see that the seal is starting to wear off on Taro's body, so Seiko tells Taro to release his body, and Seiko just warns Gigi to be extra careful. So Okarun and Momo are back from school. Oh, and Ira too, I guess. Acting all bougie and shit. Man, get out of here. Seiko tells everyone to strap up with the thermo so they ain't lacking if Evil Eye comes out. It's dinner time though, so they start chowing down and they just chopping it up, having their own individual convos with the person next to them. But Seiko asks Okarun to pass the soy sauce, and as we see a drop come out of the bottle, it hits the table. But he grabbed the wrong one. So as he passes the soy sauce to her again, a drop hits Gigi's hand and Evil Eye comes in and flips the whole damn table over. And if you're anything like me, you wouldn't be worried about Momo, Okarun, shit, even sweet Granny Seiko. You'd be worried about the damn food because it was good eats and it all went to waste. Bro opened his Renegon, everyone was straight cooked. Ira grabbed bro's arm with her hair, but he caught her kick and kicked the absolute shit out of Okarun. Oh my goodness. But of course, the clutch master Momo comes in to splash hot water on him for him to change back. But as you can see, the house is just sheets after 4 fucking seconds. Had Okarun laid out and all. But Momo tells Seiko that it would low-key be impossible for Gigi to avoid cold water for the rest of his life. And Seiko agrees, saying that they might not have a house by the next day. But that's when this emo-ass quartet pulls up on them. They low-key got it on though, hold on. Already posting up like they about to get flicked up, but Seiko tells them to go home, and without question nor hesitation, they leave. Loki would be any of y'all watching this video if Seiko asked y'all to do something. But they spun back asking if Seiko lives there, and it turns out that they are the Hayashi people that Seiko hired to do the exorcism. So they're getting ready. Look at all these outlet extenders, and they're smoking too. Yeah, rip the electricity bill. Shit finna be through the roof. Or I guess through the roof that they had 4 fucking seconds ago. So they're turning on their gear, and it turns out that they aren't spirit mediums, and they can't even sense spirits, but they have the power to echo their sound into the spiritual world. So Seiko starts the fire, and when I tell you that they were cooking with their performance, I don't just mean the outlets in the power box. I mean this shit was mad hard. Had the trio banging their head, had Seiko banging her head, shit, even had me banging my head like I was from New York, like this shit was so tough. Had all the spirits coming out of their grave for this one, but that's when Gigi tells them to stop. Seiko told Momo to hold Gigi down, but that's when she sees Evil Eye's backstory. Gigi tries to plead, saying that he'll try really hard not to use or come in contact with cold water, but it's just begging them not to kill Evil Eye. So that's when Seiko puts out the fire, takes the mic, and tells them to call off the exorcism, and that she'll have Evil Eye join her family. And I was like, what? But she's low-key building a crazy starting lineup with these spirits she got in her house at the moment. If all I gotta do to be a part of the family is to act possessed and in need or some shit, I do that shit in a heartbeat. Let me chill out real quick. So Momo asks if Seiko is dead ass, and I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but Ira is low-key speaking some facts right here, because she said that they pretty much have to babysit Gigi forever, being that there's no time date now, and now it's really just when is it gonna happen. But Okarun says that he'll just get stronger so he can hold down Evil Eye and keep him in check. Got Momo blushing too, but she also comes in to say that she'll get stronger to lighten the burden off of Okarun. And here comes Ira's cock blocking, not even cock blocking, coochie blocking Momo, saying that she'll get stronger to send Momo flying into the sky like Team Rocket. It starts to rain though, and the one that was sent flying was Okarun from Evil Eye, bro. But it's getting late, so for now, they have to suck it up and just use cardboard from the supermarket to replace the walls. Gigi wakes up in the middle of the night out of his sleeping bag, and Okarun, who is for some reason wearing a sleeping mask under his glasses, like bro, what is the actual point? Low-key, for someone who actually wears glasses, this shit just got me so tight, bro. Cause are you not worried about them breaking in your sleep? Like, do people not toss and turn in their sleep? But he notices that Gigi went to use the washroom, so he steps out and waits outside for him and makes sure that the water is hot before letting Gigi use it to wash his hands. We then see Momo open the door just barely awake, and they just give her the thumbs up to let her know that everything's good before she shuts the door back. And I don't know why this scene was frying me so much as it did on the first watch, but I was just dying, bro. As they're about to go back to sleep, they see that the cardboard next to them is coming apart. Okarun tells Gigi to stand back as he fixes it. Gigi apologizes again, but Okarun tells him not to, being that they're just looking out for each other, and tells Gigi that when Turbo Granny first possessed him, he was trouble to the family too, but nonetheless, Seiko and Momo were devoted to helping and taking care of him. He also mentions that there was a time where he tried to repay them for living expenses and clothing, so he delivered some newspapers for a bit to make some cheddar cheese and give it to them. But Seiko declines the money, saying that if he felt gratitude for them taking care of them, then he should pay it back forward to someone else who's in need and in trouble, saying that's what it means to look out for each other. Oh my goodness. Seiko, this is why you're the GOAT, bro. Such an inspirational set of words. But Okarun said that he wanted to say something cool like that, but in this case, he's only acting tough, so he's just mimicking her. We see that it's morning and Ira wakes up yawning like a bear. Oh my goodness, seriously, what is the hype to her? Anyways, we see her doing this skincare routine. High-key gotta take mine more seriously, I can't cap. Then the makeup routine. Wait a minute, this shit ain't a get ready with me, mine. I just love how Momo is just walking around completely clueless. It's breakfast time though, and I just love how Okarun and Momo are still in their sleeping bag. Shit, Turbo Granny too, I ain't even peeped that. Never seen a vengeful spirit with such glee on their face, bro. Ira offers Okarun seconds, and Momo trying to get her to fill up her shit too, but she tells her to get it herself. Living under her roof? Buddy, you're living within her walls, probably eating up her food too, talking about some get your own. Momo, just smack that. So they're off to school, and Ira and Momo are both playing offense and defense against each other in front of Okarun. Okarun, I ain't know your game was this crazy, my guy. So they make it to school, and Momo decides to get a part-time job so she can rebuild the house. And that's when Homegirl recalls this girl, Ririna, I think her name is pronounced, saying that she's looking for some part-time help, and Momo's down, but her friends give her a reality check saying that she ain't cut out for employment, being that she is always arguing with bosses and shit, but she says that she's grown now. So both homegirls pull up on Okarun and look at these smiles, bro. You can just tell that they're up to no good, bro. They tell him that Momo got a part-time job so he can go home without her, but that's when they pick bro up and say that he should go on a date with them. Okarun, I ain't know your game was this crazy. Oh my goodness. And bro is declining while they're just dragging him out of the school, through the crosswalk, through the whole damn city, bro. What happened to no means no. My nigga said no. Leave him alone. This gotta be some form of harassment or something, bro. They're on the train and Okarun tries to get up. Let's just sit back down, buddy. So they end up arriving at a shopping street and they force him into a maid cafe, and Momo is working there too, and they're both just mad embarrassed. But that's the end of the episode. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, then please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and comment down below your thoughts on the episodes. And if I...
So that was Dark Hero Josh video. The next video we're gonna watch is Noah's.
Yeah. Okarun just beat the brakes off of Evil Eye, hitting him with those 5 sets of 20 and giving KJ a run for his money. Meanwhile, Momo, who is above ground right now, has just taken care of Earthworm Sally, beating her in 5, but her work is not done. The volcano is about to erupt, and these keto idiots think that it's her fault. But Momo is smart. She realized that the legend talking about the dragon rising to heaven wasn't about the dumbass snake, but the geyser. Back in the day, a geyser going up would be seen as a sign for a volcanic eruption. But over time, the legend got twisted up and people thought that the worm was the reason for all of this. Dumbass niggas. But Momo has a plan. This girl always moving like Sean Livingston at the mid-range. She just don't miss. While running away from the ketos, she takes the dead worm over to the geyser. She's strong as hell, bro. She then fills it up, heads back, takes the other end of the worm, and then uses it like a hose. But there's still a lot of lava everywhere, and fires are starting all over the place. And these damn ketos, bro. I hate this group, especially the niggas, bro. When it's time to touch minors, they want to go crazy. But when they have to save their village, now they want to start slacking off. They even went to jump Momo, but then Mothman pulled up on some crazy time. Never seen a man kick at this angle before. Bro was out here doing handstands on YouTube when he could be doing stuff like this. I know those won't be winning my subscriber videos will go hard on his channel. Apparently, Psycho is this guy's master. She could be my master any day of the week. He was doing these boys crazy. 1-2 on this guy. Leg sweep on glasses, flip bro over into the nasty heel on the chin. Spin move, smacked his ass, then hit him with the hoodda 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 hoodda. And he just flipped this guy over. ISA continues to play firefighter, but that didn't last long at all because Evil Eye pulls up. You gotta have regen or something because there's no way Okarun gave him a 100-piece combo just for him to start moving like this again. They start going at it. Grandma barely gets saved by Momo. Evil Eye flash steps. Mothman kicks his shit in. Man, sit your bitch ass down. Had him spinning in the air while grabbing his head. Jesus. Momo clutching with the support though. When Evil Eye hit his direct shot, she told him to duck. Then he came in. Mothman clutched with the save. Grandma hit the Rob Lucy. Momo came back in, caught Evil Eye. The priest came in with the leg sweep. How do you get weed by a guy who can't move? Momo now has Evil Eye on a platter, but it's no good. This is the first time that I've seen someone break through Momo's powers like that. The poor priest got absolutely bodied here, blew his dang back out, and it's not looking good. Now ISA's powers aren't working. Is she cooked? But no way. Is that my boy Ippo? Y'all remember, this is the guy who Psycho gave a cow so he could save his son Chikichita. He pulled up with Taro and my glorious queen, Psycho. Her ass took a good 2 minutes getting down here, doing all that aura farming too. Like, yes, Psycho, we see the fit. Chikichita was singing the entire time too. He's so cute, bro. I love him.
Look at all the stars, fill the sky from end to end. You and me are the bestest of friends.
Psycho hopped down and immediately got to work. Ippo ran headfirst into the fray and almost got his head taken off, lower accurate. Then Psycho came in, missed the first two, blocks Evil Eye. He tries getting sneaky, catching her back, but she told him to get that weak shit out of here. That evasive by Evil Eye was clean. Ippo came back in, got weaved, and kicked in the face. Bro was 0 for 2. Then he got gobsmacked, and now he's 0 for 3. Bro should have stayed home. Evil Eye blocks, flips over. Pause this frame right here. Okay, cool, moving on. Evil Eye dodges. Psycho hits a pump fake, but he reads that. They trade evasives. Psycho is supposed to be a grandma, but she for sure ain't moving like one. Conked his hit up right too. They trade evasives once again. Evil Eye dodges, and he tries going for the stomp. And I'm definitely blurring this out. I don't want no niggas nuts on my screen. Psycho uses that cigarette to block his vision. Sidesteps, gets back up. They do a quick 1-2. Taro finally comes in, and I thought he was about to do something crazy. But when he ran up, Evil Eye decimated him. But it was all a part of their plan. Using a talesman, YouTube boy is able to seal Evil Eye up. He was out here treating him like a special grade curse. But yeah, that's it. The Evil Eye has been sealed. Chikichita was helping out too. He was out here putting more work than the firefighters. But it's not over yet. Okarun is still down there and he needs help. And Momo did promise that she was gonna save him. But it looks like it's too late. When Isa gets over, it seems like the lava has filled up the entire underground. Damn, bruh, not like this. He just started living life as well, bro. His poor non-existent parents are gonna be so upset when they find out that they had a son. Momo was genuinely about to go down there and try to find him herself. She really loyal, bro. Her powers aren't even working, and her first thought was to go down into molten lava and save him. But that goat, Chikichita, had to step in and help him out. Remember how these two idiots ended up getting stuck in that like sticky goop thing? That actually ended up saving them, which is hella ironic to me. I guess being clumsy does pay off. But Momo was so happy to see these two, Okarun alive. Turbo Granny ungrateful ass didn't even say thank you. And Okarun trying to be nonchalant so bad, bro. Go give your girl a hug. But yeah, this was very sweet. And with that, the battle is finally over. Damn, bruh. Food cannot be that bussin'. Actually, never mind. That looks good as hell. Got me hungry just looking at it. The animators took one look at the manga for reference, and they knew they wasn't doing all that. Can't even blame them. Now, as for Evil Eye, he's still in control of Gigi, and try as they might, he's still here.
Go to sleep. No! Go to sleep. No! Go sleep, little pet. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go get time.
So they'll have to figure out another way to get rid of him. On the plus side though, we got time for a little post-W dinner. Ira's sitting here, like she put in any work at all. Bro only shows up when the job's finished. Kinda funny though, because if she was there, she would have definitely put Evil Eye in a blender. Anyway, Ippo's sticking around because apparently you can't milk a cow on a liquid planet or something like that. TLDR, he's living here. Ira Soki's maternal instincts already kicking in. Little man's already her favorite. As for Gigi, He's in quite the predicament though. His spiritual power is so strong that if they separate him from Evil Eye, he's gonna end up with a Megami treatment. Brain dead. But then, after Taro takes a sip of hot soup, we see that Gigi is somehow back. Basically, the gist is, when Gigi is hit with cold water, Evil Eye takes over. But if he's hit with hot water, he can take his body back. Jesus Christ, Turbo Granny's fat as hell. Always eating something, jumping into the entire bowl, bro. Nobody's taking the food from you, bro. This gotta suck, though. Imagine not being able to eat cold foods. No ice cream, no sandwiches. You gotta drink lukewarm water. Actual hell. That priest really think he's slick. Bro isn't listening to a word she's saying right now. He ain't even trying to hide it. He just lied me for real. Psycho apologizes for putting them all through this, but my glorious goat does not need to apologize for anything. She ended up whooping ass in the fight, so it cancels out whatever bad that she might have done. Besides, they have more pressing matters to worry about. Turbo Granny tells us that Evil Eye is basically one-on-one. The other yokai speak of him like he's the damn goat. Luckily for these guys, this Evil Eye is like a baby mentally, so they're somewhat able to control him. But over time, he's gonna get stronger, and when that happens, it's wraps for everyone. So Psycho says that they need to stick by Gigi at all times, carry around hot water, and make sure not to leave the city. So Ippo and his son leave, and do y'all know that this guy's real name is Peeny Weenie?
I go by flight, you call me FTC. Like,
I'm a grown man and you want me to call you LTC.
Bro is out here moving like Taylor Swift with this flight plan. They literally live next door. They could have walked. Whatever, man. The next day, these four head off so they can see Gigi's parents. And honest to God, I thought they were dead. Especially after that one scene, but luckily, they're still alive. Loki's surprised that Ira didn't come along with them. I mean, leaving Okarun in the back seat with Momo? Are you trying to lose this, buddy? She would have flipped out if she saw this next scene right here. Ayase barely touched his hand, and this dude ran away. Had no problem receiving a hug the other day, but now he's tweaking. Momo was over here playing piano tiles on his hand, and he's all like,
If it's a game, I don't know the rules.
No idea what you're talking about.
last week, he wouldn't have even fathomed being in this situation. Same for Ayase too. We can't forget that lame ass boyfriend who was low-key moving like Chris Breezy on her. I'm happy for these two. But Gigi, this bro hadn't said a word this entire ride, but all of a sudden, he wanna start third wheeling. Nigga hush! Psycho was definitely watching this the entire time too. Anyway, Gigi finally gets to see his parents again. Happy for him. But I gotta ask, bro, how? Dude's 6 foot something at the least, and his parents don't even get to his shoulders. Either his great uncle from his father's side was Sukuna, or their mailman must have been Diavolo. While they're at the hospital, we find out that while the volcano is gone, there are still fires going on here and there, but everything is basically good. And the Kitos finally got arrested. Praise the Lord. Put them thugs in jail where they belong. But that's not even the craziest part. The grandma is still out there. We see that she's over here tweaking and everything. But then we find out that she's a whole skinwalker. I knew these thugs weren't human, bro, but this is crazy. Now Momo got generational beef with aliens. Okarun would be geeked to see this. And speaking of which, the next day, we see Okarun and Ayase as they're walking to school together. And I say this every single time, but this dude's posture is genuinely atrocious. I thought it was Turbo Granny's fault, but he might actually have scoliosis. I would say he needs to get a new bed, but we don't even know that he has a home or a place to live. That backstory gonna go crazy. We also see Momo's friends. I love these two. Muko damn near killed Okarun right here though, trying to throw him into traffic. They were asking all about the volcano and stuff, which makes me wonder, one of these two gonna tell them about like this whole spiritual thing? Between what happened that one episode and everything else, I low-key think that they're owed an explanation. And speaking of friends, we see that poor Ira has none. After defending Miss Momo Ayase and confessing to spreading those rumors, nobody's rocking with her no more. And I know losing thing 1 and thing 2 had to hurt. Y'all remember how they were moving, communicating with sign language and everything? And how they jumped Momo? That was her squad. Funny enough though, Momo and Okarun ended up coming in and hanging out with her in front of them. Okarun a different nigga now. He was hitting a mean stare down. He wouldn't have thought of doing this a week ago. Ira over here talking about some, if anyone sees me with you, it will destroy my popularity. What popularity? What are we talking about? The fact that she's able to freely walk in the halls without people harassing her should be celebrated. They must have blacklisted that footage like Wilt's 100-point game. Because if this happened in America, they would have transferred the next day. But Ayase ends up inviting her and Ken to her house so they can watch Gigi. and after trying unsuccessfully to be nonchalant, they just couldn't resist. And just in time, because Taro's barrier couldn't take it anymore. Everyone pulled up. Ira must have made a stop home because she did not have all this on last time we saw her.
He got that shit on though.
Gigi was so happy, bro. I can't blame him. After all he's gone through, it's nice to see that his demeanor hasn't changed at all. And besides, who wouldn't be happy after seeing all this food? And you know, everything was good. There was eating, having a good old time. Then Psycho asked this dude Ken to pass the soy sauce. I was like, okay. But then we see that all it took was one single drop, and this dude Evil Eye popped out, destroying the entire house. Damn! Evil Eye wasted no time going after that boy Okarun. Knocked this shit smooth off. They had to jump, bro. Feel bad for Gigi, low key. They beating his ass for something that wasn't his fault. To add insult to injury, the Evil Eye has gotten a whole lot stronger too. Safe to say, Okarun will need more than that 20-20-20 dropkick to beat him again. But luckily, the Hayashi have just arrived. These guys are exorcists that use like music to exorcise spirits. And yo, I wasn't expecting much since this entire scene was like 2 pages in the manga. I was looking like Ira over here. But these niggas were so tough. They had me fooled in the first half, messing up and everything. But when they locked in, they snapped. Dropped an entire song during the middle of an episode. I had to watch this in both sub and dub. It was so heat. They were going so hard that niggas were coming back from the dead just to hear them perform. But as they're finishing up, Gigi telepathically tells Momo not to kill the Evil Eye. He knows that all Evil Eye truly wants is to be free, to be able to play, and if they kill him, Evil Eye will never have that chance to truly enjoy life. Gigi's such a pure soul for real. Okarun too, because he even promised to get stronger so they could help him out. Personally, if a nigga did me like Evil Eye did to Okarun, I would have had him chilling with Jay Epstein and them other guys in a flash. They couldn't even have a good moment with this before Evil Eye popped out again due to the rain. They deadass won't have a house by the end of the week. And Okarun might not even have a body. But who cares about that when we got Psycho over here looking fine as hell. Now that I'm officially an adult, it has been due time for me to move up to the major leagues. The big leagues have been calling. We've outgrown the minors. let me stop between this and what we saw with the hair down earlier. I think it's safe to say that she is top 1 grandma of all anime. God knew not to spawn me in the Dandadan verse, or else I would have been the grandpa who stepped up. Anywho, if they're gonna control the Evil Eye, everyone will need to work together. So Psycho and Ayase train Gigi on controlling his chi, and Okarun plays house, taking bro to the bathroom just to make sure that Evil Eye doesn't make an appearance. And Ira is just being Ira. Homegirl is not phased. I saw a Twitter post the other day of her doing her makeup routine, and that junk had 150,000 likes and 14 million views. Damn, girls really got it hard. It takes me 5 minutes tops to get ready in the morning. You know, wash my face, brush my teeth, get my locks all fresh, and I'm good. But you gotta spread all that lotion stuff on her, face wash into the concealer, dress the eyebrows, fresh shit out the eyelids. Why am I commentating this like it's a fight? I say moving more like me. Feel bad for Gigi though. They had bro hippity hopping all over here and didn't say bye? Crazy. At school, Momo is over here stressing because overnight her house turned into the trenches. So now she has to do the unthinkable and get a job. Ooh, scary. Luckily, Momo's friends tell her about a girl named like Ririna who works at a restaurant. And they need more employees. If you don't remember her, that's okay. I forgot about her too. She was that one NPC from last season next to Evil Boo. I definitely remember her. And these two knew that they had an opportunity in their hands. So they invited Okarun to come see her. And by invited,
Chat, I just want to say, I hate working. And if you guys could subscribe to my channel, like, as fast as possible and tell everybody that you know, that would be great. So we can get monetized. That'd be great. So I can just make YouTube videos all day.
I mean kidnapped. Cause bro thought he was getting taken out on an involuntary date. Every damn kid in this school got their phones out when this nigga's around. I know that school Snapchat is a walking goldmine. Hey, at least he passed the loyalty test. They had to drag him to the location and then some.
Getting tea sounds like a date!
If Momo took Gigi out for tea, would that be a date?
It would not.
But if he knew what he was in for, he would have been running
man.
to where they were taking him, not resisting. Because as it is, Momo's new job is at a maid cafe. Her ass applied half an hour ago, and she was serving customers the same day. Talk about efficiency. This is the equivalent of your homeboys pulling up to McDonald's while you're working your shift, and bringing your crush along with them. Not that I would know anything about working at McDonald's. Yeah, for sure. Yo, I have never seen Momo so stressed in her life. She was red all over. And Okarun was straight tweaking too. He's looking around like he's in one of them horror movies. I can't believe this is that same NPC from before. She's actually really pretty. Momo's friends were rage baiting so hard too. They were having more fun than Okarun was. Funny enough, when they tried dragging him home, dude actually opted to stay. Miko and Muko are the two best wingmen in the entire show. You know how lucky Okarun is for ISA to have homegirls who actually rock with him? Shout out to them. Okarun a real gentleman though. When Momo told him that she was leaving at 10 p.m., this dude waited a whole 5 hours and came back to take her home.
James catches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
I liked how they changed the scene from the manga to show that Okarun really did want to hold her hand. Science already been cooking for real. Back at home, we see Gigi working on that chi control. He started doing this yesterday, by the way, and he can already suppress the evil eye. Psycho wasn't kidding when she called him a prodigy. I wonder what Ira thinks of it. Knowing her though, she probably isn't thinking at all. Okarun and Momo finally come home, and Gigi deadass has 2 brain cells, dude. Nigga hitting the Roblox happy face. But when Ira realized that Okarun was out with the ISA at this time of night, she couldn't believe it. She ran up there, but ended up running into Gigi, and yeah, they're low-key cooked. Now, I'm gonna be for real, what happens next here is not Ira's fault. Blame that weak-ass boba container. But to say that Evil Eye wasted no time would be an understatement. Bro propped the domain expansion before his fate even loaded in. That's crazy. And his first target today was Momo, and he's gotten way stronger. Psycho couldn't break through the barrier. Okarun was out here knocking on the door, but this is Momo ISA. She cool as a cucumber. First, she pushed bro away, and when that didn't work, he spit that hot water that we saw her sip earlier at his face. And look at the fear in Gigi's eyes. Imagine you're walking up to your friend, and the next time you blink, you're choking your crush. Nightmare scenario. Didn't even get a chance to apologize. Okarun hit him with that, "She good, my nigga," and shoved him away. Nigga. I can't take this seriously, dude. I've seen this image so many times. This is really the first time he's realizing that his homeboy's in love with his crush. A terrible feeling for real, but he'll make it through somehow. Besides, Ira was looking at him like this 2 minutes ago. Both of them should cut their losses and get together. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna do today. Now, before you get mad at me for leaving the rest of the episode out, I promise to drop another Dandadan video next week if you don't get angry. Besides, it'll give me more to talk about, so yeah. Big fights happening next week, so I'll see you then. Goodbye.
Alright, chat, I'm gonna see you next week too. Or maybe before then. But yeah, see ya.